Towers of Doom, the first map in our losers bracket match. Now, this is a best of 3. Again, this is the only... Well, the winner bracket final, the loser bracket final, and the grand final are all best of 5s. But here we have another final best of 3 series, this time between the Raiders and Team Copium. So Towers of Doom is going to kick us off. We are still in the second qualifier for Europe for the Heroes International, an offline event in Miami, taking place in October. Again, a quick reminder, this is actually open to the public, so if you happen to visit Miami at the time, or you live close by and you want to shake hands with a couple of the Heroes of the Storm players, then feel free to stop by. If you can find more information right over there, heroesinternational.net. All the info is on the website, the location, the exact dates when all of this is taking place. There's quite a few people out of the community that already said that they booked their flights, booked their hotels, and are looking forward to the event, so it's going to be good. We're going to have American teams, European teams, and also Korean teams that are sitting there, so yeah, it's going to be lots of fun. But we are trying in this tournament, in this second qualifier, to determine the second seed for Europe, and therefore also the second team that makes it to the event itself. Sergeant Hammer is quickly banned. Don't want to deal with that. Lucio and Hanzo also eliminated. A lot of Overwatch hate here from Team Copium, and yeah, the Overwatch hate is apparently contagious. So we got 3 of the overrated heroes banned out. Hogger, first pick for Towers of Doom for the top lane. Casper is rocking it. And yeah, on the other side, what are we getting for the Raiders now? Loser bracket, the 3 loser bracket teams that we still have available here are the Raiders, Team Copium, and of course the winner of this series will move on to the loser bracket final, where they will face off against the Cats. And in the grand final we have the Bang Bush waiting for their opponent. Brightwing and Sylvanas get taken. Kick things off here. Blaze is still up. Dehaka is still up. When we talk about Towers of Doom, you could also go for Leoric to have the side lane control, rotate between them. The one thing that is, for me personally, interesting is if any of the teams is throwing a little bit of a curveball. We've actually seen already an Abathur, for example, in one of the previous matches. Chromie getting played. Alright, now for once not with Hanzo. They banned him out. So instead he takes Chromie. And they have Blaze. That's already a triple frontline that they're working on. Okay. And, well, that leaves us to the next couple of bans. Could still ban a support out if there's a specific one that you're trying to get rid of. And win. But yeah, they banned Stukov. Alright, Stukov banned out. Crybaby is still in play. I told this story 1,000 times, but people are always asking, like, why do you hate Anduin so much? I actually like the character as like a character in Heroes and the abilities and everything that he has. But the reason why I hate Anduin without ever having even played World of Warcraft is, first of all, he's a little shitter that plays for the Alliance. And if I would have ever seriously played World of Warcraft, I mean, Horde all the way. Are you kidding me? It's not even a choice. But the main reason is that I was casting an event in China for 2 weeks. Tournament lasted 2 weeks. And they had one trailer, and one trailer only. And it was that Anduin Sylvanas trailer, where Anduin is just whining the entire time. I want my mommy for the Alliance! And God, I hated that little fucker. Just say, if you would have been forced to watch that trailer and him whining in there, like, non-stop for 2 weeks, you would hate him too. So don't blame me. I'm a victim here. I'm a big victim. Alright, so Tracer gets taken, and we got Dehaka, so we got a global already. Love it. And yeah, this is going to be spicy. Marlow and Tracer get Dehaka for globals. Brightwing 2, the final double pick for the red team. There he is, the Crybaby together with Diablo. Blaze, Hogger, and Diablo. That's a pretty beefy frontline that they're rocking, and then Anduin behind all of this. And here comes the final pick. Yes, off we go. Galaxy. Let's go. Come on, bro. We need the main tank. Rock that front line. Towers of Doom, the final pick for map number 1 in this best of 3 series. It is Johanna. Let's go, everybody. Map 1, the Raiders against Team Copium. It's Raider time. Can the red team cope with it? We got Dookie on Sylvana. So the wire throwback here with the blue team rocking Galaxy on Janna. Sven on Dehaka, Marlo on Tracer, and Lido is playing Brightwing. Over to the right side of the map, it's Casper on Blaze for Team Copium. We got Vixu on Anduin, Simply, Diablo, Gaflo on Hogga, and Nano is playing Chromie, going into the Dragon's Breath with a deep breathing. Yeah, I can recommend that in general. Deep breathing, always good. Some people in general need to take a deep breath sometimes before they talk or write. Yeah, relax a little bit. But alright, let's get the show on the road and see which team is able to get the lead in this best of 3 series. The goal is obviously to move on to the loser bracket final to face off against the Cats in the next round. Tracer, the Nexus Mosquito, buzzing around the bot lane. Getting a couple of hits in here. But yep. Top lane has been established, so the solo lane is already there. We got Blaze against Dehaka, no shock. And down here, the action is going to come through slowly and steadily as they are starting to look for kills, as they're also hoping, of course, to invade maybe even the opponent's pumpkin camp once that it's spawned in another 2-3 seconds. Talking about getting kills. Oh, work of art! Damn! How sexy was that? I mean, talking about coordination, baby. That was pretty sweet. Check that one out. Look how well they did this around Tracer. C Tracer, slow Tracer, and then zip! Easy kill. Nicely done. I mean, that was beautiful. Was that the most impactful kill in the game? Maybe not, but it led to them stealing the pumpkin camp away, so that's already a nice and significant lead right at the beginning. But I gotta admit that that was just so cool. We've seen a lot of moves made in the past where you combo, let's say, Diablo with Tacita and you place down a wall and let Diablo stun a target into it. You can do a similar move also with Leoric, but I've very rarely seen it done with Hogga. So yeah, that was awesome. That was really awesome. And Tracer got caught completely off guard by that, so yeah. But off we go. For now, we still have a bit of a talent advantage. We got the pumpkins to the bot lane. Another attempted kill here, this time against Jojo. Not quite working out. Galaxy is able to get away, but they are applying a lot of pressure at the bottom of the map against the blue team already. So yeah, things are looking fairly good, at least initially, for Team Copium. They're definitely the ones that are currently making the big moves. So they're deciding what's being done here, more or less. And I gotta respect that. So, well played. Now, obviously, the main goal would be to keep all of that up and see if they can maintain that throughout the game, especially with the altars now being up. But yeah, we'll see. But it's definitely, I mean, it's having a little bit of an impact psychologically alone if you are in a team that loses Tracer this way, your camp gets stolen, and all of a sudden you feel that your opponent is getting more and more momentum here. So the blue team definitely has to buckle down a little bit, dig deep, and make sure that they're not losing control of all of this. There's a couple of initial advantages for Team Copium, but there's nothing too crazy. But as you can tell right now, we have them still with 2 out of the 3 altars, so that's pretty neat. And we'll see if they can do a bit more. Yeah. But again, for now, we still have rotations between the lanes. Nothing crazy happening, just in general. I didn't have any big team fights outside of this little play. We're going to get those soon, I would assume. I mean, I honestly think we're going to get them with the next objective. And the first one, 2-to-1 altar, not really a big deal. Pumpkin camps are popping back up again, so technically there could be another invade happening. But the blue team even a bit ahead in experience. Yeah, they gotta be careful with Sylvanas though. So they move her back out. And level 7 is now available for both of them. Up at the top, Sven with level 7 went into the feeding frenzy over here. Of cooldown reduction for him. And as you can tell, they're already having their eye on the camp. So they really are thinking about invading this again and trying to take them down here, which could definitely work. I mean, they're already showing that they're willing to do it. But now the entire rotation of the blue team is headed towards the bot lane. The camp is already taken. They look for the kill as well. And Garflo is a bit low. The drag is hitting Diablo though. and an immediate follow-up with a lot of slows and also Brightwing chipping in, but they can't take the Lord of Terror down. So Diablo still alive, they can go for their own pumpkin camp. The next altar phase is spawning the double altar at the top, so should be an even exchange between the two teams. Now that Dragon Diablo, as usual, is just taking the brunt of the attack here, as they're trying to drop him with Anduin, providing one heal after another. So as it stands, they're still totally fine. Tracer was able to dish some damage out too, and the blue team is definitely getting into a bit of a better position right now. So they're making more moves. They're starting to go on the attack a little bit more often here. And especially Diablo seems to be one of the prime targets they're trying to get rid of. Yeah, careful. Talking about Diablo, yeah, exactly. A second ago I mentioned it, and here he is. So Diablo is super low right away, but Anduin, of course, helping out as best he can. Chromie from the back, always weaving her attacks in the entire time. Yeah, everybody would love to slap that little gnome around a little bit, but the problem is that she is on the kinky side. She really likes that shit. Yeah, enjoying that one hard. But yeah, Chromie, she's a happy panda already in the game. She gets to finally see a bit more action here in Heroes. Hasn't been the most popular pick in the last couple of weeks. She pops up every now and then, but not too often. So we still got that one single kill in the early game, but here's our other level 10 abilities. We get the Lightning Breath. Pretty much everything as expected. The Tempora Loop has already been out a little bit earlier. And here comes the Mind Control, so you can lead things up with the Blessed Shield. Mind Control already used against Diablo. They really want him. And here comes the Haka, trying to go for the drag. They actually changed the target, and they're moving in for Anduin, and he is dropped. Nicely done. Okay, awesome. Well played here. Getting the quick kill on Anduin and taking him down. So we have an altar popping up, but they're pressuring the bot lane a little bit more. Honestly, this is one of those kills that looks pretty awesome, but it doesn't really do that much for you, especially considering how Galaxy is dropped in hit points super quickly. He's also low on mana, so they have to move him back. Could do very little with that kill that they got there. Death timers are a little bit too low. There's no altar up on the map. There's no camp to be stolen either. So that's a bit of a problem. But yeah. For now, we get at the bot lane the camps again threatened by the red team. They got the channeler as well, pretty much for free here. The main reason is that Jojo had to go back. That's exactly what I talked about. They didn't even get a kill, but it was more or less a 4 versus 5 because Johanna had to retreat. Now Diablo is getting attacked again. Is going to attempt to push his way out, I would assume. But Anduin helping him, and there it is. Quick move onto the minion to try and keep the distance. So Diablo's still alive. That's a bit of a weird... It's a bit of a weird one right now. So... as it stands, we now have the next quick attack towards the camp. This time they're gonna lock it in without any pressure from Team Copium. Definitely a little bit of a slower pace game. We have a couple of moves made by each team to get kills, but nobody is really fully committed to these fights just yet. The next altar is a single altar at the bottom of the map, and that could change things a bit, especially now that we have level 10 abilities. Pumpkins versus pumpkins, alright. The Haka still at the top. Slightly inexperienced for the Raiders. Nothing crazy. We also have, on the damage side, 25,000 now for Sylvanas, 23,000 for Chromie. Taking these ones down too, and the altar is about to spawn. More damage done against the bell tower here on the blue team side, but they are going to be the ones that get the level 13 talent just a few seconds faster. Which could help them to maybe force a fight with an advantage. I doubt it, but then again, Hogger gets attacked here. Alright, Hogger in trouble. Anduin with a safe attempt, and they keep him alive. Same time to turn around with a shockwave. And trying to turn it, also dropping the Tempora Loop, but even that didn't work. Nice triple stun by Blaze though, and that might just lead to a kill. Isolation being used by Sven as he's trying to help the team to escape, but it's not happening. Galaxy is about to fall after the Haka has already been killed, so a double kill for the red team. Team Copium pushing them back and about to lock in an additional altar, dropping the blue team's score down to 20 points. Nicely done. And of course, a lot of momentum now too for Team Copium. The Raiders are in trouble as they are looking at the first bell tower that gets converted. They're losing the bot lane. And that means that all of these pumpkins are now starting to threaten the core. There's of course also an advantage in experience that comes with it. Chromie can already rely on her level 16 at this point in time. And Blaze is going back to the rotation. Going straight towards the top. Hogger in the mid lane. Garflo still not getting too much threatened here. The Haka, I feel... no. I mean, honestly, they're really hoping to get a kill, as you can see. Using the mind control, they were initially hoping that the Haka could maybe wrap around and get the tongue connected. But Garflo was already retreating, realizing that he's the one that is likely going to get targeted by the opponent. It's always a play around vision, trying to figure out if you can jump your opponent here, what they see, how they can approach you. Even attempting to go for the camp now. Yeah, the Raiders getting a bit aggressive, and Blaze isn't here, so this is a 5 versus 4 right now. Anduin is rushing back, Shockwave being used, Jet Propulsion for the stun, Blaze is moving over. Chromie with a timeout, but the problem is that Diablo's about to fall. Can they save him? No, they cannot. Losing his soul stacks, the mind control is hitting Blaze. So did the isolations. They're still trying to get a follow-up kill. Technically, it's a 5 versus 5 with the triple altar phase now being activated in another 5 to 10 seconds. So they're trying to get as much as possible here. With the blue team following up on that camp engage that they started. Blaze is channeling the top. So one altar is already guaranteed here. That's 5 shots fired. If they can get another one, that would drop the Raiders down to 10 points on the core. A little bit too close to the single digits for comfort. So, Dehaka. Yeah, he's in a world of pain here. No chance. 2 of the altars have indeed been channeled by Team Copium, so it's now 10 points on the core to 29, tripling the opponent's core points. Level 16 also claimed and going for the next camp. Good job by Team Copium. Yep, they're looking very, very good here on the first map of this best of 3 series. Tracer moving towards the top, Marlow also helping them, of course, out to lock the experience in, and he can rotate then back down to the bottom of the map to help them out here. They also reclaimed their bell tower. Lot of points on the core already lost though. That's definitely an issue. But yeah, the fight continues. There's the mind control on Diablo. And Anduin is always ruining the plays. Diablo's a little bit low, but they're turning it. They're turning it on Anduin. He comes in with a light bomb and actually stuns them. Isolation is hitting Dibbles, and they're dropping the support. So yes, Anduin is gone. Still an opportunity to go maybe even for a follow-up kill if they can just come in with the Haka and hit another tongue. But he's already sitting in that bush up at the top, a little bit too far away to land that, or so I thought. Yeah, but not quite working out. They definitely were aware of it and moved away. 30 seconds until we're having the next double altar phase popping up on the map, and Anduin should be back in time. With Sylvanas, if you win a few of these fights and take kills, you can of course always attempt to snowball by taking the structures down quickly. But yep, off we go. 4 kills to 3. 13 minutes into the game. There's the drag. Oh, but Brightwing is so low. Diablo, he's the one that falls. The blue team dropping low on multiple heroes, but they get the kill. That's all that they needed. Again, the temporal loop. Jojo is dead too, so they go for the counter kill. And they're even attempting to make it a double as they're moving in for Sven. The Haka finds himself isolated and stunned out. The light bomb combo with Hogger, great. The shockwave, not so much. But they get the jet propulsion stun down here, as Sylvanas is getting attacked again. Brightwing with a channel at least, but they are losing 1-2. Spray game on point. So, yep. It's going to be 6 points on the core against 25. The shots are coming in pretty quickly. And, boss, 4 points. Another altar, also 4. Half a level lead for the red team. If Copium can push through the bot lane, they might be able to reconvert that bell tower once again, especially given the fact that they just took these pumpkins. The Haka can of course global in to try and protect the bot lane, but it's gonna get a little bit rough here. There's not a lot of hit points left. 5 versus 5 though. And talking about stacks, Diablo is also working to regain full control over his baseline. Casper attacked. Bunker is ready if needed. Oh, Anduin, the big save. Bunker is out, and it's one mind control after another that we're seeing in this game. But Chromie is just firing away from the back line. Diablo attacked once more. Temporal loop, but Dibbles is dead. So is Brightwing though. Always these counter kills. Chromie is really crushing that backline. 72,000 damage by her. Top damage in the game.
Yay!
So yeah, she's excited. But that is still bad news. I mean, again, every single time that the blue team gets a kill, it seems that Chromie is somehow able to turn it and get a counter kill. With Brightwing eliminated, that means there's no support for the Raiders. And that is going to be a problem. It's 2 altars that are now spawning on the map too, which of course means that if Team Copium gets both of them, it is a victory and map number 1 for them. So they take the pumpkins here, pressuring the bot lane a little bit further even. Don't forget about that boss too. If you just take one of the altars and win the team fight, that still means you can move towards the top and take another set of shots. So there's that. But here we are. Down at the bottom of the map as they're already setting up. They of course want the altar. Uh-oh, careful. Sylvanas eating a lot of damage for that interrupt. They were attempting to get the channel in the middle of the map, which hasn't happened yet either. Consistent interrupts as Blaze is making sure that the blue team is not having an easy time there. Dehaka now trying to make it happen for the team on the left. Down here the fight is also continuing. So again the battle is split a little bit. Blaze moving away from this, letting it happen. So Sven gets the channel and the 4 shots fired. The idea for Team Copium seems to be to get level 20, and they're very close. Not close enough though, they don't have it yet. The drag connects, and another, they gave up both altars. Both altars given up. A little bit of a questionable decision, because that level 20 advantage is not going to be there for a long time. So, well, now we got the anger management. Yep, there's level 20. Ooh, the Withering Barrage on level 20 for Sylvanas. Yeah, they're trying to fight this out again. The Haka is already up at the top. 20 versus 20, 7 kills to 5. And off we go. The drags of Sven are just coming through time and time again. There's also Chromie to consider, and she's really the one that has been doing most of the damage, and she's threatening the Haka again, with one shot connecting after another. The full battle down at the bottom of the map as they're trying to make another play here. Chromie firing on your way like there's no tomorrow, with Anduin saving the day with another pull. But here comes the Blessed Shield. They're trying to go for Manduin, and he's getting barbecued, but so is Brightwing. Brightwing dead, Garflow low. He somehow makes it out, and they're now turning it on Dehaka. Even Anduin surviving here, which in and of itself is crazy given how close Tracer was to drop him. But she pays the price and dies. And they're also getting a stranglehold on Sylvanas. That's 4 heroes down, and that should even be game. With the timing that we have on the altar now popping up, this is very much looking like game. They could go for the boss and for the altar, and I think that's going to be the play that they're going to make. 17 seconds, even going to the mid lane simply, which means that a single altar is going to be more than enough to win them the game here. That's of course another nice play to make. Jojo trying the best she can to slow this down, but that's also risking Galaxy's life. He's playing with fire, gets stunned, gets bullied around, zapped in and out, and falls to 5-man wipe at the end of the day. And with the channel now happening, this is going to be the lead for Team Copium in this best of 3 series in the loser bracket of the second qualifier for the Heroes International. GG, well done. Team Copium taking the victory on Towers of Doom.
Before we head into game number 2, make sure that you subscribe to the channel if you haven't done it yet, so you don't miss out on any future content here on Khaldor TV.
Team Copium has taken the lead with the victory on Towers of Doom, and now we're heading into Tomb of the Spider Queen, our second map in the best of 3 series. Alright, let's see if the Raiders can bring it back now. Chromie was definitely a big nuisance on the last map. Tons and tons of damage, and she is immediately getting the ban treatment. Yeah, they're done with that shit. The respect ban, so to say. They're probably just annoyed there, and they're just like, Jesus, okay, let's get rid of her immediately. But yeah, Chromie banned out. Nana would probably love to go into Hanzo pick at this point. The question is he going to get that? They ban out Hogger again. Well, not again. They played him last time. Now the first pick, first ban has shifted. Maiev gets eliminated too. But yeah, with Tomb of the Spider Queen, I mean, this is obviously already match point. Again, this is the best of 3 series. So after this is best of 5 losers bracket final and the best of 5 grand final. But this is match point for Team Copium. So victory here would guarantee their spot in the loser bracket final against the Cats. And, well, on Tomb, of course, a couple of cheeses that you also can play around. I mean, we have seen, I'm pretty sure it was Team Copium that showed us now twice in the last 2 qualifiers Nazebo. And I want to say that one of those 2 times they had a very good shot at being successful with him. And then they decided just before level 20 to go into a bit of a weird team fight and lost it and then lost the game. So, I mean, that happened. But Blaze gets banned, so they're targeting the side lane. First pick here on Tomb of the Spider Queen. What's it gonna be? The Junkrat. Junkrat is in, alright. Didn't Marlow pick this shitty combo last time? Didn't he go for like the gangster Junkrat skin and then he chose a surfboard together with that? Like a yellow one at that? Yeah, real problematic. I mean, if that doesn't give you I mean, that's immediately like an F from my point of view. But here's Lucio. So, Lucio doesn't get banned and we actually have him in the game together with Johanna. So you already have your wave clear guaranteed and the quick rotation between the lanes through Lucio. So, yep, off we go. Off to the races with Hanzo still neglected up to now. Could be banned. I gotta admit, I'm a little bit of a sucker for these late game heroes. You know, for heroes that have a good stacking game early on and then you really just try to get into the late game. I loved it back in the day when you could still play Asmodan by just simply, especially in Tomb of the Spider Queen. I mean, in the days of old, you would try and play Asmodan together with Johanna. It's a strategy that initially was developed on Blackheart's Bay by one of the European teams, got adopted later in North America as well, and started to establish itself on Tomb of the Spider Queen as a go-to strategy for a lot of the teams, where in the early game you would sacrifice a lot, you would just try to keep holding on to your keeps, and then if you stack properly, you could turn the game around. You can do similar things with an auto attack Vala build these days. Nazebo obviously functions a little bit similar too. And I'm a bit of a sucker for that because it's kind of nice to have a team sacrifice the early game with the full knowledge that if they do it well, then in the late game the tables are going to turn. But you don't see it a whole lot because, again, it's a pretty risky way to play the game too, and you're gambling a lot. But yeah, it's kind of fun when it actually happens. So they go for Junkrat and for Hanzo here, together with Malfurion. The Soy Boys United. Urel and Sylvanas. Yeah, this is already this is a nice comp that we're getting here from them. So we have Jojo and Urel. That's a very tricky frontline to break through. Together with that, Sylvanas, who can always enhance any push with Web Weavers. You have Lucio to speed things up a little bit too. Final 2 picks for the blue team. Now keep in mind, this is their first and only shot to turn the game around. They need to win 2 in a row if they want to decide the series in their favor. And they get Mirrodin and Leoric. Okay. Yeah, Mirrodin is in the house. We got the dwarf ladies. Budget Gimli has been picked. Okay, Gavlo, final pick for the team in red for map number 2. What are we getting for him now? So they got Sylvanas, they need a little bit more damage, could go for a triple melee or just for another range damage dealer, either way. They need something that packs a little bit of a punch here. Don't have enough just yet, and it is Mephisto. Okay, a bit more hatred in the game. Tomb of the Spider Queen, second map in the series. Let's go Team Copium against the Raiders. Off we go, Dookie on Hanzo, we got Sven on Leoric, Galaxy and Mirrodin, Marlow and Junkrat, and Vito is playing Malfurion. To the right side of the map, we currently got Caspar on Urel, we got Nano on Mephisto, Vexu on Lucio, Gavlo on Sylvanas, and Simply is playing Johanna. Game number 2, everybody. Here's the moment. We have the Raiders with a chance to force game number 3. And Team Copium has the first opportunity, of course, to decide this one in their favor and rock it. And there it is again. What a shitty combo. That doesn't work in any way, shape, or form, Marlo. What are you doing? Yeah, that is just disrespectful to the audience to combo those two. Can't do that. Surfboard. Like, what? If you go for the gangster, you need to do anything. I mean, anything else would work better than that, I guess. Skull Missile build right from the start again for Mephisto. Nano, they swapped it around a little bit. Trying to look for the first few gems here. We already have Junkrat hoping to maybe isolate one of the targets. Boop! Sylvanas gets jumped around a little bit. It's all about the gems. But down to the bottom of the map, it's going to be Urel against Leoric. No big surprises there either, obviously, on that side lane right now. But here we are, Mephisto. Mephisto is a bit of a pain, honestly. I mean, if you can really drive the fight past him and to completely pressure him, then it's kind of nice. But the damage output that he technically has in the late game is just absolutely ridiculous. We saw him once so far with success, and he's already threatening Junkrat here. And he's not the only one. Look at Lucio, just zipping around and nearly getting the kill. The Stormball, on the other hand, puts him in trouble too. Don't had too many Lucio games lately in Europe. Actually, not lately, for a long time right now. And we have him pretty much banned in nearly every single game. So yeah, Lucio does not see a whole lot of play. But they're trying to go for Sven down here. And they might... Oh, okay. For a second it looked like they might just get the kill. But at least Malfurion is ready to heal them up and pay some attention. Look at Lucio! He's actually down! Nice! Yeah, did get murdered as he approaches the bush, and Muradin is like, well, I've been waiting for you here. How are you doing, my friend? So Lucio's the first one to fall. We're doing it just a little bit. Mid lane, still a bit of aggression. Level 4 talents are kicking in, and the blue team is hoping to get the Siege Giants. So, yeah, Uki is already there, helping out Leoric. Rest of the team is also moving down to the bottom of the map. They really want those. And the red team, Team Copium, they can't really do a lot about it. So they give the Siege Giants up. Nice start for the Raiders. They weren't really too successful in the first game, obviously, but now they're off to a good start here on map number 2. Nothing too crazy yet, but given the fact that they just took the Siege Giant camp, they're now also working on the Bruiser camp, and we don't see any of these moves made by Team Copium. They are focusing on getting some early turn-ins, with 17 gems being delivered by them. And another 28 in their hands that they could also turn out. So yes, here we go. They're trying to go for Marlo again. And Marlo has to be careful with the 13 gems that he's holding. They don't want to lose him, especially when he's alone on lane. So yes, camps are now taken. One already moving through the map. The second one is currently getting grabbed by the red team, so they're timing this a little bit. Jojo, body blocked. Nice. Good moves by Galaxy. But it's not really enough to threaten Johanna. And she's a pretty beefy girl there. So, while they're still going for the camp, this one has already arrived. Gavlo is slowing it down as best as possible. Yeah, vision is there. Hanzo providing. And we're off to the races. Big attack in the middle of the map. Urel is still down at the bottom. 31 to 12 gems turned in favor of Team Copium. But now Marlo and Galaxy are delivering, and that is putting them at least even. Ooh. And we get a pause. Okay, simply with a quick pause there. Not quite sure if somebody dropped. Maybe Lucio dropped out. No idea. Blue team, at least for now, seems to be fine. But at this point in time, it's only the red team that has enough gems for a turn-in. So if they play their cards right, they could go and get the first turn-in here and get the Web Weavers. And of course, they also have the slight advantage that they still have the Mercenary camp. Now, again, they took it a little bit late, which means that the blue team was able to damage the entire wall, as you can see. So pretty much all the structures are down to 50% HP. And if done right, I guess they could repay them in kind, since they still have Sylvanas. So moving over to the left side of the map and dropping the wall here would be a good step into the right direction. But yeah, it's all about the gems that they hold right now. Maybe they can get the turn in. Seems that Marlo is going to deliver the 16 that he has, and that would give them a bit of a lead in the gem count too. But yeah, time will tell. So for now, again, we're going to wait until everybody's back to action, and then Team Copium has a chance either with a mercenary camp in the middle of the map, or maybe through a turn in to take the lead in the game once again. Alright, so apparently we had a bit of a monitor problem here for one of the players. And he fixed it, thankfully, pretty quickly. It seemed to have been a loose cable or something. But yeah, we're all good. No big issues, nobody dropping, nobody having problems with ping in the internet connection. But now both teams are aiming for the turn-in. The red team gets it, and they get the kill as well. And the damage in the mid lane. Whoa, that escalated quickly. So not only do they get mid lane damage on the structures, but they also drop Muradin. Now, the good news is that with the kill timing and the death timers being this low, he should be back to help with the defense. But at least the initial start is going to be advantageous for Team Copium. And oh, yeah, if they could have killed Marlow too, that would have of course been a whole different story. Killing Junkrat there, that would have been the dream. Would have more or less guaranteed them to probably get a fort even. But now it's still a kill for a kill, level 8 on both sides. And a lot of pressure happening. Especially down at the bottom of the map right now. Casper has been trying to go for Sven and the wall. They took the gate down, but the attention focuses again onto the top lane as they drop the entire wall and then decide that they're also making a move for the fort itself. And Junkrat is again quite low. So is Muradin. Has to hop out. And it's getting dangerous, but he's not the only one that is in trouble. Nano also very, very low here and is barely making it out of the fight. They still hold a good amount of gems here. It's not really a lot of kills that we've seen yet, so not a lot of gems have been denied to neither one of the teams. But that's a chance for the Raiders to get their own turn in. Could be interrupted, of course, and especially Leoric is already experiencing that. Casper is not just simply letting this happen. He knows that with the 19 gems that Sven is holding, he can't just let him deliver them. No. Level 10, still a bit closer for the blue team. No big advantage there either. Another interrupt for Casper, but he had to go deep for it. And they're realizing they gotta help out there a bit more, but that also opens some space for Sylvanas at the top lane, and she is now escorting the entire minion wave in. They're gonna get some damage on that fort. Not too shabby, so yeah, that's a halfway decent trade here. Marlow is retreating, but again, it just means that they will damage that fort further. Now, they're not gonna take it down, but every single hit point that you take off matters in the long run. Trying to make a move for Leo. Quest completed, level 10 is in. And we get the meme strike. Yeah, trying to go for the combo with the Entomb. Meme strike after you lock all of them in place, and there's the level 10 ability on both sides, but Sven is able to turn in. That interrupt attempt by Jojo came a little bit too late and was just too short. Durance of Hate is in, and on top of that, we now got the Blessed Shield, and we also have the Ardent Defender. So, party time. Blue team with the turn-in, with an opportunity, especially in the middle of the map, as they've already taken that wall down a notch or two earlier. Oh, and they might just get the kill. No, lose. Oh, instead it's Hanzo that falls. No, that sucks. That really sucks for the Raiders. Hanzo dying there is a big problem. Lucio is still alive. Sylvanas at the top also A-okay. And that one was huge. Yeah, Hanzo, one of the main damage dealers for them right now, getting obliterated just as the Web Weavers are touching ground is, of course, a setback and a half. So now at the bot lane, yes, they're missing a few structures. Uriel with the Entomb, she's just looking at him, it's just like, are you shitting me? It's like, I'm just gonna jump out of that one. That's not happening. So, yep. That was the easiest defense of their life. Super easy defense. And by the way, they're also 20 gems behind right now, so that's also a problem, at least as long as they're not getting any kills against Team Copium. So the red team is slowly but steadily starting to take a bit of an advantage here, and if they're able to turn in for the second wave, they would probably take a big step forward in the second game of the series. 31 stacks for Mephisto, 20,000 damage for Sylvanas, 18,000 for Junkrat. And here we are again, the Blessed Shield and the Durance of Fate. They want the kill, but they're a little bit too late on this. The synergy was interrupted, and now instead it might even be Lucio that falls. He gets out, we're back, and now Muradin in trouble. Galaxy, no! 23 gems down the drain. They overchased. They really wanted Lucio. He was so low. But now they don't even have enough gems for a turn-in any longer, and Uriel is attempting to deliver at the bottom turn-in spot. That was rough. That was very rough. Gives the lead in experience. They're 4 gems away from getting another turn-in. They will have level 13 talents in just another moment. And that is bad news for the Raiders. Yeah, they're really in some trouble now. Camp is about to be taken. There's the additional talent. Synergy with the level 1 for Mephisto now that he takes the Port Skull. We also got the Valence Chosen. Web Beavers descending. Camp about to be taken. Yeah, that's bad news. And of course there is a real risk that you lose a few heroes in the upcoming fight and lose a few more gems, especially Junkrat and Leoric are the ones that might be in trouble here. With the 29 gems that Sven is holding, he's a prime target for the red team. So here we are. Push through the middle. Obviously, they want the fort. They should at least get the one at the top lane. It would be shocking if they don't get at least that. Meme Strike has been used, and Galaxy with the Avatar, but they still go for him. They missed the kill, though. They missed the kill on Mirrodin. They nearly got him, but he's able to get out of the fight. Marlow is also low. They're all retreating. They're all low, and the mid lane fort has been destroyed. The one at the top lane is also down, and now they're moving down to the bottom of the map. They're even going for another kill, and this time it's Hanzo that falls. Sven also retreating. Galaxy hopping away, but that exposes the bot lane fort completely and will likely end with even the final outer structure of the Raiders being dropped. Yep, they're getting all three of them. All three forts are gone. This makes any approach towards the turning point a lot more difficult for the Raiders. They don't have fallback options anymore. They don't have fountains anymore there. And we have enough gems for Team Copium to get another turn in. So yeah, this could snowball heavily. It's 4 kills to 1 already as is, and just such a good position for Team Copium. Yeah, 33 gems already delivered, and look at Sven, 40 for him. Dude, you can't engage here. And if he can drop a nice entomb, then they could go for the fight. But if you go a little bit too deep and overchase, then you lose your ticket back into the game. And he's getting attacked already. He's getting attacked and he's down. 40 gems on the ground. They gotta get them. Galaxy picks them up. They're trying to turn it on Urel, but here comes the Durance of Hate. Malfurion in trouble. Blessed Shield is popping out. They're trying to get another kill, and the support is gone. Galaxy, he needs to get out of the fight. He still has Avatar and is able to retreat, or is he? Because Lucio's not given up on this yet, but might have overstepped this a bit. Galaxy still not popping Avatar, by the way. A brave man finally going for the ult. They're getting another kill on Sylvanas. Seems like Team Copium was going a bit too deep. So they're losing a few of their heroes, but they still have plenty of gems. They barely lost anything. The Raiders should now finally get their turning, though. But it's level 16 for Team Copium. But Galaxy is turning in. Very happy to deliver, I might add. But yeah, 16 talents is still something that they don't have access to. So once that Lucio and Sylvanas are back, the defense should be, I mean, fairly alright. Blue team is, of course, working on getting the extra talent. So, yeah. 3 kills to 6. And here we are, Stormbolt's coming in again. As level 16. A Royal Focus and Ominous Wraith, both being picked. We also got the Endless Nades and Nature's Balance. Well, at the bottom of the map with the solo defense. Up here, Nano still doing some work, but they're gonna lose some of these forts now too. The Entomb is missing though, and the Riptire therefore finds very little value. You can at least attack at the top. But Khaldor has already dealt with the minion wave and the web weavers. In the middle, they're sacrificing one fort, but it seems like this is the only one that they gotta sacrifice. Or does the blue team maybe have a shot of going for the one at the bot lane too? And it seems like they can. They had the faster rotation. Still a bit of an attack happening against Sven, but 2 forts are now down. And Team Copium, the Raiders, they are coming back into this. Doing a great job holding on to the game. They need to win 2 in a row. This is only the first one. This is only the first step for them. But Copium is trying to end it all right here. Coming in again. Trying to make a little bit of a play for the backline. And Sylvanas, hello! Malfurion, he gets dropped. Hanzo nearly fell. And now Sven, with the 14 gems that he has in his hands, is also getting targeted and dies too. So yes, more and more gems lost to the Raiders. Another avatar used by Galaxy as he's desperately trying to get out of the fight here. Doesn't have a lot of gems, but he still doesn't want to die. That's 3 heroes in total that Team Copium now eliminated. And they have the boss up on the map that they could go for. They can go for the turn into. Yeah, they have way too many options at this point. Bit of a check. Yes, he's just activating the boss while the rest of the team is working on the turn in. Dino, is it you? Trying to solo here? Maybe not quite. But they need to also speed this up a little bit. Web Weavers are going to be descending. There's obviously a bit of a time difference between the two things. But yeah, they need to make sure that they're helping out to take this quickly enough so that they can really go for the double whammy here. Higher level lead now though for Team Copium. They get the boss, the Web Weavers on the way. This is gonna hurt. This is gonna hurt the Raiders. So yep, lots and lots of damage coming their way, especially at the top lane. They're meeting the Web Weaver in the mid lane very early on though, because they're realizing that the boss is taken, or is about to be taken, so they know that they have a bit more space than they usually would have to send a hero to go for the Web Weavers. But it's all about the top lane approach, where of course the goal is to take the keep and with a few kills maybe even go for the core. I mean, they're level 9 teal already. If they get a kill or two, they might even be able to snowball this towards 20. So with the help of Sylvanas, they're already enhancing this push here. And this is going to be a keep for sure. And there's the kill. Junkrat down. This could be game. Junkrat gone, the keep in the mid lane is also getting attacked, but the Vinland Raiders have way different problems now. Yep, they're losing Leo, they already lost Junkrat, and they might just lose the game. The mid lane keep is also in trouble. Galaxy gets attacked and burned down, and that is all she wrote, everybody. The level 20 talent in their hands, no chance that the Raiders are stopping Team Copium. A 2-0 victory for the red team as they are claiming this best of 3 series and move on to the loser bracket final, where they will now face off against the Cats in a best of 5 series. GG.
Thank you everybody for watching the video today. I hope that you enjoyed the show and the commentary. And keep in mind that the spoiler protection that is going to run for the rest of the video is made possible by all the support on patreon.com. So guys, if you want to support my work, if you want to help me start new projects and keep the spoiler protection in place, please consider heading over to patreon.com/Khaldor. There's also a link in the YouTube description, and check that out. Thanks in advance, and see you guys next time with more esports coverage here on Khaldor TV. Have a great day.